Maybe it was a mistake to wear a green hoodie against a green screen. Hi, I'm the Earth. Happy 4th of July. Woo! Independence Day for the USA. I think when I get closer, you can see me better. You can. All right, hang on. Let me fix this. Okay. I fixed it in my settings, thankfully. Okay, welcome back to the channel. We are going to read some more The Wild Robot on this great national holiday. We are on chapter 35, The First Swim. Good afternoon, you two, said Loudwing as she waddled into the garden. Remember me, Bright Bill? Loudwing, Loudwing! Very good, the old goose giggled. Now, Roz, do you know what tomorrow is? Tomorrow is swimming day. The day when all the parents take their goslings out on the pond for the first time. And you simply must bring Bright Bill. Swim, swim, said the gosling, shaking his tail feathers. Bright Bill can go, said Roz, but I cannot swim. I cannot go on the pond with him. I will not be able to protect him. Who'd have thought a big thing like you would be afraid of a little water? Loudwing laughed. Well, don't you worry about Bright Bill. He'll be safe with the flock. And he's going to have so much fun swimming with the other goslings. We begin at sunrise, so don't be late. See you in the morning. And with that, the goose plopped into the water and glided away. Swim, swim, said the gosling. Yes, Bright Bill, said the robot, staring at the pond. Swim, swim. Early the next morning, peeps and honks and splashes began echoing across the calm water. Roz and Bright Bill followed a trail through the fog and over to a beach that was crawling with fluffy goslings and proud parents. Roz took a few steps into the water, and her survival instincts immediately flared up. The robot's computer brain knew that if the water got inside her body, it would do serious damage. And so, as the other parents began swimming across the pond, Roz stood safely in the shallows and watched. Bright Bill ran up and down the beach with the other goslings, peeping and laughing and pretending to be afraid of the tiny waves. When one wave finally pulled him in, he felt his body floating on top of the water. A big smile appeared on the gosling's face. Clearly, Bright Bill was designed to swim. Very good, Bright Bill, said Loudwing as she floated past. You're a natural. Yes, Bright Bill, you are a natural, said Roz, trying to sound like a good mother. Loudwing rounded up all the goslings and gave them a quick swimming lesson. Remember, everyone, paddle your feet evenly to swim in a straight line. Paddle with your right foot to go left, and paddle with your left foot to go right. Try it out and join the rest of us when you're ready. Happy swimming day! Loudwing and the other adult geese calmly glided toward the center of the pond. A jumble of goslings tried to keep up with them. The youngsters jostled and splashed and peeped with excitement, and gradually they paddled in the direction of their parents. Only Bright Bill lagged behind. Swim? Roz pointed to the flock. I cannot swim. Go have fun with the other geese. You will be safe with them. The gosling took a deep breath, then shook his tail feathers and paddled his feet, and set out on his very first swim. He drifted too far to the left. Then he drifted too far to the right, but his feet just kept paddling until he caught up with the other goslings. Roz spent the morning watching her son swim around and around the pond, and as she watched him, she felt something like gratitude. Thanks to Bright Bill, the robot now had friends and shelter and help. Thanks to Bright Bill, the robot had become better at surviving. In a way, Roz needed Bright Bill just as much as Bright Bill needed Roz, which is precisely why she felt such concern when the mood on the pond suddenly changed. There's Roz, and there's little Bright Bill. Oh, trying to get a little bit in the, oh man, you can't see him. There. Okay. One moment everything was tranquil, and the next moment the geese were in a panic. Something was violently sloshing through the group. It was Rockmouth, the giant toothy pike. The fish had been a problem in the pond for as long as anyone could remember, but he'd never attacked goslings before. All the parents immediately went to protect their young. All the parents except Roz. The robot could only stand in the shallows and watch as her son left the other geese behind and desperately swam toward his mother. "Swim to me, Brightbill, quickly!" The gosling kicked as fast as he could, but alone on the water, he made an easy target. The pond rippled as Rockmouth slashed below the surface. "Oh!" squeaked Brightbill. The robot was terribly conflicted. Part of her knew she had to help her son, but another part knew that she had to stay out of deep water. Her body lurched forward and then backward again, and again, as she struggled to make a decision. And then Loudwing came to the rescue. "Rockmouth, don't you dare harm that little darling!" The old goose fluttered over him and splashed down right on top of the fish. "Leave him alone!" She pecked and kicked and beat with her wings against the fish until he surrendered to the murky depths of the pond. Loudwing escorted Brightbill back to the beach, and a minute later the gosling was in his mother's arms, safe and sound. "Rockmouth isn't as dangerous as he seems," said the goose out of breath. "But I think that's enough swimming for a day." Chapter 36. The Gosling Grows. Brightbill soon forgot about the incident with Rockmouth, and he spent his mornings cruising around the pond with the other goslings. He was becoming a great little swimmer. He was also becoming a great little speaker. "Hello, my name is Brightbill," he said to anyone who would listen. The gosling was small for his age, and he always would be, but he was growing bigger and stronger by the day. His increasing size was matched by his increasing appetite. He gobbled down grass and berries and nuts and leaves. Sometimes he'd snack on little insects. If it was edible, Brightbill would eat it. And even if it wasn't edible, he might eat it anyway. Roz felt something like fright the time she saw Brightbill swallowing pebbles on the beach. She was holding him upside down, hoping the pebbles would fall out of his mouth. Then Loudwing stepped in. "Put the gosling down," said the goose with a laugh. "It is perfectly natural for Brightbill to eat a few pebbles. They help him digest his food. Not too many, though, okay, little one?" Like most youngsters, Brightbill was incredibly curious. He explored the garden and the pond and the forest floor, and he would occasionally explore neighboring homes. He'd wander down some hole in the ground and say to whoever was there, "Hello, my name is Brightbill." Then a long robot arm would reach in and pull the gosling back outside. "Sorry to bother you," said Roz in her friendliest voice. The mother and her son slipped into a good nighttime routine. While the gosling slept, the robot might tend to the fire if it was cold out, or gently fan him if it was warm. If he woke up hungry or thirsty, Roz brought him food or water. And whenever he had nightmares, she was always there to rock him back to sleep. Chapter 37, one of my favorite characters, the squirrel. A small squirrel was scurrying through the garden. Brightbill had never seen her before. He peered out from the nest and watched her bounce across the lawn. After a minute of spying, the gosling shook his tail feathers and waddled outside. "Hello, my name is Brightbill." The squirrel froze. Then she slowly turned around, and then she started to talk. "Hi, Brightbill. My name is Chit Chat, and I'm a 12-and-a-half-week-old squirrel, and I'm new around here, and your home is really big and round, and I don't understand why smoke sometimes comes out of it." Reader, I'm not quite sure how Chit Chat got enough air in her lungs to go on like that, and I'm not quite sure how Brightbill had the patience to listen. But he stood there and politely nodded as Chit Chat rambled on and on and on. "And sometimes I see you waddling behind your funny-looking mother, and you seem so nice that I thought I'd come down and introduce myself, but now I'm nervous and I'm talking too much, and my name is Chit Chat, and I think I said that already." There was a pleasant silence. Brightbill stood on one foot for a moment. Then the gosling took a deep breath and said, "It's very nice to meet you, Chit Chat. I don't think you talk too much, and I think you talk just enough. I like you, so let's be friends." A big smile appeared on the squirrel's tiny face. For once, Chit Chat was speechless. She's such a cute little squirrel. All right, we'll read one more chapter today. Chapter 38, A New Friendship. Chit Chat wasn't speechless for long. She'd already been alive for a whole 12 and a half weeks, and she wanted to tell Bright Bill about every exciting thing and every boring thing that had ever happened to her. And so, as the new friends played and explored and ate together, the squirrel shared her stories. I was born on the other side of the hill, and then last week I decided I was ready to build my first dray, which is what you call a squirrel nest, and now I live in that tree with a weird bump on its trunk, and she said while the two of them kicked pebbles into the pond. One time I saw a weasel chase me through the treetops, and he missed a branch, and he fell all the way down and crashed into a bush and walked away all wobbly, and he never bothered me again, she said while the two of them crawled through a hollow log. Ew, gross, I saw you eat that ant. One time I got a gnat by accident, and I didn't like it at all. I mostly eat acorns and bark and tree buds, and sometimes the yummy berries that grow in your garden, she said while the two of them took a snack break. But Chit Chat was as good of a listener as she was a talker. And whenever it was Bright Bill's turn to speak, she'd keep quiet and hang on to his every word. Do you know who enjoyed their conversations most of all? Robot Roz. The protective mother was never far away, and she felt something like amusement at the silly conversations she overheard. And she felt something like happiness that her son had made such a good friend. That's it for today. Happy 4th of July. If you're watching this on the day that this video premieres, be safe, have fun, eat lots of yummy food, spend some quality time with your friends and family if you can today, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Goodbye.